Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and I'm doing a quick update video for you all. Just throwing it up here real quick about some more Kickstarter stuff, right? Try to keep you guys appraised of what's going on with Kickstarter and things to be aware of. We're going to touch on Mythic Games and this one that I caught wind of, the Toyso game table, whatever the hell they call it, because this one evidently is another one that looks to be screwing over some people when it comes to the money that they are now probably going to lose. About 1,400 backers and almost $450,000. I mean, $426,000 is a lot of money to be screwing some people out of, and it looks like this one's shady. So we're going to point out some of the things that are standing out, right? That kind of make you go, because the Kickstarters are all starting to look the same, and a lot of them are starting to pull this crap. So these are some things you can kind of watch for and go, okay, this doesn't look right. And there's one really key feature here that you'll see as we scroll down through their Kickstarter page, and kind of leaps out at me as I'm scrolling through it. And I get it. We all want to be wary of the Kickstarters we back, and occasionally it's not even the Kickstarter's fault. I have one that was my fault. Primal, The Awakening. I thought I had backed that way back when, but it turns out I'd only done the dollar, just the $1, and had never finished it. And I was like, no, because I got contacted by them and they were saying I owed all this, and I was thinking I just owed like $20 in shipping or whatever it was going to cost, and do the back and forth with them, find out like, nope, I thought I had finished it off and I never finalized the pledge. So that one's hit now, and I'm just devastated that I have lost that one. But that was on me. That was on me. That wasn't their fault. And I can't blame them for that, right? And that's just because now, like, it's a different time frame. Back when I first pledged for that Kickstarter, the world was a much different place than it is now. We hadn't had the rampant inflation, so I don't have the money put towards it that I did at that time, or at least was going to at that time. But that was a me problem on Kickstarter. This stuff, this is a problem. All this here, this is on them. Now, it looks like they've got a video below, but why wouldn't it be up here at the top? Why is it there? That's weird. I was getting ready to say there's no audio. Oh, turn it down. Generic, very generic, very generic. And look what they're offering in this table too. LED lighting, speakers built in, control the lighting. I think it's got a phone charger. It's got the rail system, drink holders. Yeah, right there. You see, you can do wireless charging. Are you kidding me? The leaves to cover up your game. All that crap all over there. And look, you could set it up as a coffee table. You can set it up as a dining room table. You got all these different options. And it's by Toyso. But here's where you can start going, is this too good to be true? Super early backer, $200. I mean, 230, but roughly $200. Really? For that size table? With all those features? I don't care what Chinese sweatshop you're having this thing made in. That is ungodly cheap. You see, you get the table, and there's not even sizes. It's just it's one table to rule them all. Lighting, wireless chargers, four wireless chargers, 4 cup holders, 4 snack boxes, 2 playing card cases, 2 chip cases, 4 hooks, 2 Bluetooth speakers, and a charging case with 10 times batteries, whatever those are. Now I know what batteries are, but whatever the type is there. Good grief. All this crap that they've got offered on it. They've got the Okay, that's the standard. The deluxe version, it's got the topper. And the topper is only what, 40 bucks more? Is that what they're charging? Yeah, 40 bucks more. All the other stuff that I mentioned, and then you get the topper. Uh is there a difference here? This just looks like it's one of the early birds. Like you had super early bird, then you had just regular. I guess that's 260. The deluxe here 300. Even regardless, the price was never high enough. I don't think they okay. I'm trying to float down the middle here because I don't want to be accused of anything. But my guess is that they set the price high enough that people would believe that something could cost that much, but low enough that people were willing to risk the money on it. You kind of get what I'm saying there? Like they couldn't say $100 because no one's going to buy that. But they're like, if we put it at least over two, people will buy that. They'll think, yeah, getting a table, blah blah blah, and they'll put the money towards that. But then, nothing. And it seems like they've got like no updates. Now, I didn't back this, so I can't say anything. But incredible campaign production process. And when you get over to the comments, that's where you really see everything that's going on with this thing. It's like, in response to your valuable feedback and to ensure absolute transparency about Toyso, we want you to know that although we're newcomers to the industry, we're more than ready to listen. You, our backers, are the backbone of the board gaming community. We generally want to hear from you. Your insights are invaluable in shaping the future of Toyso. To demonstrate our commitment, we've prepared one video for you. The offline event was hosted by Brian, the co-founder of Toyso. Here, he engaged. I know that's not how you say it. I'm just saying. He engages with players in China, immerses himself in gameplay, delves into discussions with them, and this event is a testament to our dedication to understanding the needs and desires of the gaming community. Please check the offline event. I can't click on it because I didn't back this, and it's like, oh, Kickstarter, you continue to disappoint. Kickstarter, hang your head. Shame on Kickstarter. All right, let's look further into the campaign because I promise you we'll come back to the comments here in just a minute. But you see the prices just don't look right, and shipping's got to be adjusted at the bottom. But just what they're charging, like what are you talking about, and what versus what they're offering? But they continue on with a lot of generic images. Why Tozoizo gaming and dining as you wish, but you see this is all like just generic footage, right? Something that could be probably easily generated by AI in today's world. And again, the same blue red color system they've got going on, talking it up, showing the same little videos they had in there, a little preview there. The whole wireless charging thing that just throws me off. It's like, who really thinks they're getting all this crap? Comparable tables were like 500, 800, over 1,000 for what this one's trying to offer. They're saying they're keeping costs down by using particle board. There's only so much particle board you can use. Durable, built to last. It's not durable and built to last if it's made out of particle board, dipshit. But that looks like actual wood. That doesn't look like veneer, right? You get what I'm saying? This maybe that could be veneer, but this up here doesn't look like veneer. And here's the key part: demo videos, and it shows you know demo of their crap, and we're not going to watch through all their videos. But what you don't see is any independent verification, not one third party person who is not Tozoizo uh, doing anything with this table, right? So it's all in house, all their people, all their own videos. Here's their little staff all set up in China, and they've got their little look, we got our little posters, and look, here's our table. And you can see basically a gauge of how big this table is based on their sizes. I mean, it's probably a little smaller than we think, but this is what they're showing. But it all just looks so generic. All the images are generic, and there is absolutely no third party anything to verify any of the stuff that they're talking about. Factory tour, production, and these, again, generic images, these can be generated. You really can't believe this. Standard delivery, self pickup at local warehouse. They have a thing that was talking about. They have a thing that was talking about the different warehouses. Depending on where you're at, you can go to the warehouse, you pick it up. Alternatively, you can decide on a doorstep delivery, and we'll gather extra shipping fees for you. Blah 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 blah. To make it crystal clear, if you're in the US and you've selected the deluxe reward and prefer doorstep delivery, here's how charges work. Pay $45 for shipping when you pledge for that reward. After the campaign ends, you'll receive a survey. Once you fill out with your shipping address, you'll be charged an additional $35 for doorstep delivery. So you pay $45 upfront and later $35 for doorstep delivery. Most companies don't charge shipping now up front, all inclusive. One, because shipping had gone so high, but also because Kickstarter took a percentage. When shipping was low, it wasn't that big of a deal. But anything they charge up front, Kickstarter gets a piece. So Kickstarter will get part of that 45 and 35 for this doorstep delivery. It's no, that's a big ass table. It's not going to be $35. And then it goes down through the whole list. Here's their little team. Look at that. I bet you I could reverse image search this. Let me see. I could reverse image search it, but it's an AVI and I would have to take time. And I mean, look at this. Brian, tell me that's not like a cardboard cutout or something. Let's see. Can we? Yeah. I would have to convert those around to do the search. I'll probably do that later in my own time. But no, 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 no. It just doesn't look right. And remember that little group of people that we saw there? She doesn't look like any of them. And yeah, he looks like him, but you can't tell if it's him or not. Sorry, we just can't. And that just, it's again such a generic image. It doesn't look right. It looks fake. I'm sorry, but it does. All the comments on this one are leaning towards people wanting refunds. Here they're going into this self pickup, and I'm like, what are you going to be self picking up? I'm not even sure that these people are going to produce anything. And not to mention, this was months ago. That was 9 months ago. This was 9 months ago. What's their most recent? Yeah, 9 months ago. That's the biggest problem, is that there's been like no updates, nothing been said since then. And honestly, I think this one was ran as a grab. Once they got it, they just, I'm out. I'm out. And people are going to lose their pledges. And I hate that. God, I hate that. And this, along with what we're going to get into next, which is going to be Mythic, is making me really want to have Kickstarter start to feel some of the pain of this, because too many times people are taking advantage. Too many times the shysters, scammers, whoever, are coming on and trying to weasel something out. I just did a video talking about that card game where it was the wonders of something, wonders of the first, whatever, but it was all AI generated images. The prices were the reverse of this. They were astronomical prices, like thousands and thousands of dollars for just some cards, and cards that were worth nothing, nothing. And the whole crap spiel that was. But now we've got this, it's reverse. I don't believe anyone's going to get that table, right? It's probably not going to happen. Some people might get something, but I think we're going to be lucky to see anything come of that. But my whole point in saying that is, it's Kickstarter. They have to start feeling the pain. And I get it. The company is not going to want to take on some of that burden, because think of it this way, regardless whatever their fee is, and I'm not sure, I could ask some of the companies, but 5%, 10%, whatever Kickstarter lops right off the top, right? They take that and then they're done. They've provided your platform so you could run your little campaign. Great. Well, the problem is Kickstarter's got theirs, regardless if anyone else gets theirs, right? So if any of the backers get screwed over, Kickstarter doesn't give a crap. And I really think it would be a gesture of goodwill and probably just a good business idea for Kickstarter to get some skin in the game. right? Somehow they need to kind of work it so that these scammers that are coming in that are just screwing over backers, they're, I don't know how to say it, basically that Kickstarter loses out to if people don't follow through, right? And I'm not talking about just an honest, it didn't work out, right? Whatever. I'm talking about stuff like this, like the Toyso table or Mythic Games that was juggling so many plates because Mythic could have been stopped, right? The people who are running Kickstarter after Kickstarter, and Mythic is not the only company that's done this, that they run Kickstarter A and then they run Kickstarter B to pay for A because they screwed up with A, but now they got to do Kickstarter C to pay for B, but now it didn't really cover enough. So now they got to run Kickstarter D and E to pay for the rest of B and maybe C. And oh no, now we've got two more. And then the house of cards comes crumbling down. I think Kickstarter would be much more likely to jump in and start lopping them off at the knees and say, no, you got to deliver A and B before you run C or something along those lines if they were going to lose out too. Or at least put something in there that, you unless you have like a stellar record of delivery, if you've done 20 Kickstarters and you've delivered every one of them perfectly, no problem, no one's gotten screwed over. Okay, then maybe you can run multiple at once. But if you're a newer company out there and you've only get done a handful of campaigns, no, we don't want you to have 10 outstanding because if you screw the pooch and scam people like Mythic did, then you end up in this situation where a lot of people lose out on thousands and the company, yeah, yeah, just, well, we screwed up. Oh, we're sorry. Don't yell at me on the internet. Speaking of Mythic, I've got this pulled up here to see what the prices were going to be. This is what they are doing that is severely pissing me off. And what it is they are running this summer promotion. It's not a promotion. They're just trying to sell product. And they're trying to sell product because they're a bunch of shady, whoa, okay, mind your peace, you don't want to. They're dirty. They're dirty. They're scammers. They're horrible people. They're ugly and their feet smell. I mean, it's just bad all the way around. But they're selling Six Siege, which I've heard is a good game because bad companies can make good games, but they're selling it on their website direct retail while they have multitudes of backers out there, myself included, who paid for it, and are not getting what they paid for. So you have the product, you have it in your hands right now, and you are not giving it to the people who paid for it, but you're selling it to others. Hey, how do you know? Hell, freaking no. You're the one that was sitting there saying that the game couldn't be made without the contribution, the extortion fee. Okay, except the game did get made because you made more than enough. You made enough for everyone who paid, well, most people who paid your extortion fee, because it turned out there's a bunch of people, and I need to pull up their comments to show that, but there's a bunch of people on the Kickstarter page who have paid the extortion fee who still haven't got it, but they're selling it on the website. So they are selling this retail and not giving it to the people who actually paid for it. That is no, no. You're just dirty at that point. You are selling someone else's game. What they are doing is they got paid for a product, right? Person 1 through 100, whoever, they paid for a product, and now they're like, nope, nah, we're not going to give you what you paid for unless you pay us again. But what we will do is we'll sell what you paid for to someone else. No, hell no. Hell no. They should be shut down. They should be put in prison. They should be hung up by their toenails until their little ears pop. Man, I'll tell you. I went ahead and I pulled up just to see what it would be. The game, they're selling the base game for 140, which is ridiculous, but it's neither here nor there. They're selling the map pack bundle at 70, and this is basically what I had pledged for, is the maps and the base game. And my total pledge was something like 140, 150 bucks, somewhere around there. Buying it now, if I bought it, it would be 210 plus the shipping on top. So it would be $245 or almost 300 if you're in a European country, because they add 35 VAT on top of that. But they've got this big promotion. Hey, 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 look here, here. Oh, check this out. If you spend 150, and you notice they very specifically picked 150 because they're doing that predatory pricing BS to see the $50 credit, right? So you get a $50 credit if you spend at least 150. So you can't get just the base game. You have to get the base game and something to bump you over that, because they're shady and they're corrupt and they're dirty, and that's who they are as people. Plus some surprise offer. I can't see the surprise offer because I'm not getting that far in checkout. But I went ahead and I pushed that all the way through up to checking out, but I haven't checked out just to see. And that $50 credit, I was like, okay, are they going to be good about that and apply that to this purchase? Or is it separate? And what do you know? It's separate, right? So they don't apply that to this. And it, as far as I know, I couldn't find anything with this surprise offer. I didn't see crap in the surprise offer uh, thing. I pushed it all the way through, all the way up until it's like, pay. And there was nothing on it, no $50 whatever. So my guess is that $50 credit comes after you pay all these costs. And then they'll send you that $50 free credit that you can then use to buy more of their crap. Again, no idea what the surprise offer is. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that kind of got me chuckling, because someone pointed this out in one of the comments, and I didn't think it was that bad of an idea. Was, what if a person bought the Six Siege game and it came in, and then that person just charged it back because it never arrived? Because if the game came in, that's their pledge arriving. So they're not scamming them or doing anything like that. No, their pledge finally arrived from that original Kickstarter, but what they ordered on the website never showed up. And that's just very unfortunate for it not to be delivered. But if someone did have that happen to them, they could, do a chargeback and get their money back that they paid, since the game that they ordered from the website never came in. But lucky for them, their Kickstarter did. The Kickstarter that they ordered did arrive. Wow. That's just perfect timing. So they don't need two copies anyway. They could have sold the second copy, but what do you know? Mythic never sent the second copy that they paid retail. And that's just, that's horrible. That is so sad. And on the bright side, though, that person could recoup their costs pretty easy by doing a chargeback with their credit card and saying, "Hey, this never arrived," and get their money back. But anyway, if you do want Six Siege, you could do that. You could order it off the website, and hopefully, maybe your Kickstarter will come in and you'll be able to sell. If you get two copies, you could sell one of the copies. Or, if the retail version doesn't arrive, you can always, charge that back and get that money back, since they didn't send you what you had ordered. As far as this goes, though, there are just no words. There really are no words for people who would do this, who would just knowingly do this. And I think they're being this shady because they know their company is done. There will never be another game from Mythic Games, right? Whatever they have, whatever IPs they have now, is it. They will never recover from the amount of bad will that they have caused, right? Anytime they've had a chance to do one of two things, the right thing or what they've done, they've always chose this path. They've always gone with the wrong option, whatever was best for them, even if it wasn't honest, even if it wasn't moral, even if it wasn't possibly legal. That's the direction they've always chosen. They have never done right by their customers. So you can't expect them to ever launch another IP. And I think they've realized that Mythic Games is dead. No one's going to trust them. Their name is mud. When you pull up, you just go to YouTube. Actually, let's just do that. Let's do this. Here, we're gonna pull it up right here. We're gonna do this and we're gonna type in Mythic Games. And what do you know? First stuff that pops up. King of Average, love this guy. Check him out. This is where I found out about the Toyso scam. The guy's great though. Really, really, really nice guy. But look at what you see popping up. I mean, the second one down is scam. It's over. Cross with Mythic. Canceled. Docs threats. No updates. Should you be worried? I mean, yeah, here's me. Mythic Games and more lies. It's their name is mud. They have destroyed their own company because they're horrible people. I mean, it is what it is. It's sad because we all deserve better than what they've done, but I think they know this now. Anytime you pull them up, you search them, that's what pops up. So they know they're done. They're done. They're never going to be able to recover. So I don't think they care who they piss off at this point. Screw them. As much money as they can render unto themselves is what they're going to do, no matter who they have to screw over. They have the games. They have the games that the people paid for. And rather than sending them, because honestly, if they sent out a message and said, "Hey, we're assholes, but we realize that we're trying not to be super assholes that are going to burn in the fiery pits of hell, and we'll send you the game, but just cover the cost of shipping." A lot of people I would probably take that deal at this point. Like, send me my thing and I'll just pay the shipping costs, or at least get it. Right? I'd be fine with that. So at least it's a break even because they've already been paid for it. But they won't even do that. No, their dug in heel stance is that you have to pay them again for something that you've already bought once. And if you won't pay, they'll sell it to someone else who didn't. This is why Kickstarter is going downhill. And I gotta admit, so many are right when they say this. More and more and more. Why back a Kickstarter? Because now your money's at risk, and the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out on all those sweet little bonuses. It's going down and down and down when I'm realizing if they don't deliver, then I'm out all that money and I don't get the stuff anyway. And it's starting to become too big of a risk. Too big of a risk when you got companies who are doing this, selling the game to others that you already paid for. And just to show you real quick, I went ahead and pulled it up. I paid my late shipping contribution, sent a PayPal receipt, still haven't got anything. Some people are receiving theirs. This guy's talking about he paid the extra contribution, filled out the late money request. And honestly, at this point, you're an idiot to fill it out. No, don't pay them the extortion fee. I mean, at this point, you'd be better if you're that die hard up to just buy it off their website, because at least that way you can charge it back. If you do it on their ridiculous off Kickstarter money demand thing, whatever they set up, I don't even know what that was. It wasn't PayPal. It wasn't any, it was just some generic email saying, "Give me money." If you pay money into that, there's no guarantee you're going to get anything. If you do want it, buy it in such a way that you have protection. Guarantee you have to do that. Just go read the comments for yourselves. Just go read them. It's all bad. Still waiting. Where's my package? Some of these in foreign languages, but people are pissed because they paid and they haven't got anything. And these are people who are dumb enough to pay the extortion fee, and they didn't even get it. And it's sad. It looked like a decent game. It did. It looked like a decent game, and they pulled this shit. Like, hold up. Let's just for the lulls, right? Let's click this late pledge and see what happens. All right, you can't add pledges at this time. It says it was open. The year 2022 has been a very difficult year for. Shut up. What are you talking about? No one else has had the problems Mythic has had. It's been a difficult year for them because they're a bunch of shady assholes who lie to their customer base. All right, I'll stop ranting. That's where things are at. Just FYI, if you're getting anything on Kickstarter now, take a deep look at it. Don't take it at face value. Big thing, look for that third party. Look for people, and I'm not saying me, but like me, look for independent reviewers who have seen the product and handled it first, right? Just to guarantee that it does exist. If a company is unwilling to send their product to someone who's not associated with them, then it's not worth you spending your money on it, right? Make sure they have a good track record of delivery, right? If they've done others before, go check their comments, see if there's other comments of, I didn't get it, I didn't get it, where's mine, where's this, I haven't heard anything back. If there's a lot of no communication, miscommunication, people not receiving their stuff, and you're seeing that as a common denominator, don't back anything by that company. Wait for the retail. It's not worth the bonuses anymore. It's just not. You're not getting enough to warrant putting your money at risk when now you can just wait for retail, because I could have took the money that I would have spent and just bought this game retail. I would have lost out on some of stuff, but at least I would have got it, right? Versus what I did, which was to trust them that they were going to do what they said they were going to do and give me a game for the money I paid and pull this crap. Also, look for AI generated images. Look down at the bottom of the Kickstarter page, see if they show who they are. Look for that generic AI looking stuff. Do reverse Google images. I know it's bad that you have to do all this. Honestly, just avoid Kickstarter now. Use GameFound. I prefer GameFound over Kickstarter now. It's a lot better. But look for those generic images, the AI stuff. There's so much of it out there now that you can't trust everything that you're seeing. If it all looks a little too generic, it looks kind of just samey and just that like boilerplate image. Okay, this is not one worth spending money on. Speaking of money, if it's too good to be true, if they're offering more than what is really fair, a good sized gaming table with all the accoutrement, and you only got to pay a couple $100 for it, and 30 some odd dollars for shipping. No, no, that's not real. You can't trust that. Go ahead and give that a pass. Uh, Make sure it's in the realm of possibility, right? Same thing as overcost. If it's way overcosted, then maybe they're laundering money or doing something else. Make sure it's not too much. Obviously, if it's too much, you're not going back anyway. But if it's too low, you got to be mindful of that. Because that one, like I said, I think they were shooting for that ground that it was low enough that it was going to entice a lot of people to back it, but high enough to appear legitimate, even though I think they kind of undershot the mark on that one. But all right, just be careful. Be careful, right? It's your gaming dollar, and we all only have a few gaming dollars, right? I'll tell you a good one: Imperial Borders, Congress of Vienna. I just had some time with that one, made by the same people who did War Room. That one's coming to Kickstarter here in just a day or two, depending on when I get this out. Go check that one out. That one's going to deliver. They've got a good game. It's been independently reviewed by me, so I know it exists and I know they've put in the effort. Go check that game out. They've got some good stuff. Aces in Armor. I got my hands on that one. It's getting ready to go Kickstarter here in a handful of days. World War II little miniatures game. Fun little game. Go check that one out. Those you can trust. This stuff? Nah. All right, that's going to be it for me. I'll get down off my soapbox. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything else. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.